What's up, everyone? My name is Ethan. This is All the Mod 6 on the Wumbo Craft server. Welcome back, and let's waste no time getting into this. I need to sleep, actually, before I do anything. Before I show you guys anything, I need to sleep, because it's quite spooky outside, and I die far too much in this game, and it's not even on normal. It's on easy mode, and I still die a lot. Okay, let's get some sleep. Okay, so I have not finished, but I have added some levels here to the interior of the storage house. So we got 3 stories in this tall part. And then if we go over to the other side, we actually just have another little staircase. Now I know it's ugly, everything's flat, there's no depth, no, design or any sort of detail, but it will stay this way for now until we figure out what we want to do with it. I have been busy working on a storage solution system. So I made all of these obsidian chests, thinking that I could use all these logistical pipes to set up and pump things into there. What you can do, you can take this, oh, no, it's not there. Well, there's a little, let me go find it. There's a little rod that you can use to edit those pipes. It is this rod that is right in here, this configurator. And that uses, this edits these. Basic logistical transporter. Now, what that does is it changes the color of the pipes. And if you use a logistical filter, you can set a color in the filter, and then that will coordinate with whatever color you make this pipe. Now, you can only do 10 colors, and you can do multiple items per color. But because there's so much in this mod, there's so many orders, 10 items is not going to cut it, because these are all the things that come out of the ground, and it's not even quite all of them. I'm sure there's still blocks in here that would get filtered into this. Is this 2 more cobblestone? Cobblestone. I don't know why it does it that way. Okay. So instead of using the chest, I'm still using the chest for just like miscellaneous stuff. Whatever I've got in my inventory, I'm just going to throw in here. I'm not going to worry about, I can grab things from this as I need them. This is just connected to the mining turtle that is gathering all the resources, and it's just automatically putting them in there. So you can make these bins, and you can either fill them all up with whatever item you're wanting and let the system, because they only hold one kind of item, the filter is only going to allow, and the pipes are going to only allow each item to go into these. You can let it decide for itself as well. You can just let it go wherever it wants to go, and then that will be where everything goes from that point on. Is this another cobblestone? Why are there so many cobblestone? They're not even full. I assume this one is where they're going. That's a lot of blocks, though. Oh, because it's full. It only holds 4,000. Right. These are not the elite bins. I'm going to have a lot of cobblestone. So this one holds 32,000 blocks because this is an elite bin. The rest of these are just basic bins because I didn't think I would get 4,000 of stuff. But that turtle, he is excavating a 30 by 30 area down here. So if we go take a look, let's not die. See, there's stuff coming up the pipe. As he's gathering it, it's going to automatically go in there. He comes and puts this in the chest, as you know, and nope. Okay, so this filter, you'll go to new filter, item stack, you'll throw the item in there, save, and that will filter it so that when you have this auto eject on, it will pull anything from this chest with this filter on there. So I have everything filtered into this. Now, anything that the turtle picks up that isn't in the filter will just stay in the chest. So you can come and manually grab that, or you can just have auto eject on and not have a filter set. That is very loud, I am sorry. But that's the basics of how this works. Just chest, logistical filter, pipes, and those bins. And it basically functions and does its own thing. Now, secondly, covered up some holes down there. Like I said, did some more detail work. And I have also managed to make some different machines. So, when it comes, I upgraded some of these advanced energy cubes, and I added these teleporters just so I can get to and from the storage house into the forgery very quickly and very easily. But in order to make those solar panels that I want to make, because there's so much trouble, because they require so many materials. I don't want to just make the basic solar panels, because the basic solar panels are no better than these wind generators. The same thing, 80 kFE, and these are way easier to make than the solar panels. However, if you make the solar panels upgraded, they do way more, and I can manage to do everything. So if we look at these solar panels again, except for this nitro. This nitro is going to be hard because it requires these nether stars, which are a pain because you have to kill a wither just to get one. Now, to be fair, you do get quite a lot of crystals from doing that. You get 16 of them. I thought that I could handle making energized steel, which I did. You make this energy orb, and then you also need these energy rods. You throw a piece of gold in here and a piece of iron, and these energy rods, they have to be hooked up to cables, will beam energy into this orb, and whenever the percentage is done, because if there's something in here, it'll show a percentage. Let's see if I can show you. Nope, because that's not going to work. It will show you percentage. Whenever that percentage goes all the way up, you get your energized steel. And the more of these you have, the faster this will go. So it just takes like a second or two with 5 of these. And you have to do this manually. I'm sure there's a way you can use hoppers and redstone and stuff to automate this process. But it doesn't matter because I'm not going to do energized steel. When I looking into energized steel is how I learned how to do this. You have to learn how to make it. But now that I understand how that works, you can go up to blazing, which you need these blazing crystals, which you just use blaze powder doing that same process. Going up from blazing, you go to niotic, which uses diamonds in that same process, this energizing orb. Then you can go to spirited, and you can use emeralds. And I think this I can handle. 1 emerald for 1 spirited crystal. That's not, too terrible. I can manage to get emeralds. However, emeralds are pretty rare, and even with fortune, they only spawn in certain biomes. So in order to do that, in order to get to our original goal of wanting to just make a solar farm, we are going to need to make a villager breeder. Now this is James's place. He's working on some stuff. But there's a village right over here. Let me crank up my thrust. That I had to do a lot of clearing to. This was all covered in these trees. It was all a big swamp. Like the village was nestled inside of this, if you can imagine a village underneath all this. So I cleared it, filled everything with dirt. You can see how sparing the wood was because this was all water. And I didn't even know. This wasn't here. Fuck you, cat. Just don't run from me. You got lucky. Okay, yeah, I didn't do this. James must have done this. Okay, well, that's a nice little addition. Basically, I want to trap the villagers, first of all, somewhere where they're trapped in some of their houses. But I want to trap all the villagers so they can't go anywhere, and I'll probably just tear down some of these houses that they're not already in, because I want to wall off this whole area and stick them all in here. I'm going to make them their own homes. I'm going to make this village nice and pretty. And I want to start breeding them so I can start getting emeralds, and that's the easiest way. James can make emeralds with his bees, so if you guys want to go see the bee process in this game, you can go watch him. That will also just be on this channel from his perspective. But in the meantime, I think a villager breeder is going to be much easier to handle than trying to wait for him to do his bees while I do other things, because I want to get that solar farm going, because I want to run a quarry, which I assume is going to need lots more energy. I'm using the whole wrong tool. A lot more energy than my little windmills are going to provide. So first things first, I need to start getting some of these buildings taken down, and we need to make a fence around this whole area, a little wall or something. All right, so I sort of fixed some of these pathways here. It was just a mess because, like I said before, all this was underwater. So I just threw some cobble around, some more wood, a little bit of gravel here and there. Less so over here because the pathway was still mostly intact, but I had to fix it a lot over here in this area just to give us a couple plots of land that we need to build. But as you see here, I kind of tested a couple different wall designs. I don't know, he doesn't have a house. I tore down his house next to him. He didn't have anywhere to go because all the rest of these, they're blocked off. But I just went with some oak because all these houses are mostly made of this oak. And then some of them have this mossy cobble, and a few of them had, you know, the smooth stone that, you know, in the blacksmith area, the armory guy. So I made a fence or a wall. Hello? No. Die. Made a wall with those materials. I don't really like this one too much. This one was better, but it's pretty basic looking. It's oak. This oak has been in the game forever. It's just the default Minecraft wood. And then I went for something like this with the trees that were in this area. And I used some diorite, but it just seems like almost too much white. And I don't even really have that much diorite to begin with, so I wouldn't have enough to make the wall. But I did, however, have a little bit of clay. And so I made all that into some bricks here. This is not going to be enough. Definitely not, but it could at least get me started. And then also using the logs and the fences, and because this house over here is made of brick, and so I might just go with sort of this theme here because it's less basic looking than all the rest of the houses. And then I can just throw some leaves around it so it's kind of overgrown looking. And because I'm probably going to try to make like little sections of this wall, so like do this and like skip a couple, do another section, and then like fill the in between with leaves. So it kind of makes a little more sense with the way I made this design, because this design requires there to be like an end. You know, I can't, if I just extend this and like start another one, then there would be a gap right here, and then I would have to find something to put in that gap. So I think I've decided on this here. I'm not going to be able to finish the wall, like I said, with this amount right here, but I can at least get started and kind of get a general feel for how much more we're going to need to finish the entire wall. So I'm not going to do like right here. I'm just going to end the wall there and start it again sort of around, and then same thing on this end. I'm just going to bring the wall kind of up to this edge, and then I don't know, there's this hill's sort of in the way over here, so I might not even be able to do over there either. But I'm going to get started on that, and I'll check back in when I've made some progress. I've got half the wall constructed now, at least this side. I'm still going to have to go through on this side and fix this mountain a little bit to be able to wrap it around properly, because this hill was just a little bit too steep to really do anything with. So I'm going to try to make this look a little more natural and then wrap it around this way. But I have realized a little flaw in my design. So mobs are still going to be able to like jump in if they're tracking something. I don't see, there wouldn't be too much reason for them to try to get in if they're not trying to get to anything. The villagers are all going to be inside houses, obviously, or at least where zombies can't get to them. So there's not going to be any concern of them dying or turning or anything of that sort. But I can also put down, there's a couple things. There is an interdiction torch. And let me just look up torch. So an interdiction torch, right? Soul torch, dreadstone torch. Where is it? Stone torch. Interdiction torch. Here we go. I believe this will repel any sort of mob that tries to come near it. And then this thing here, you use those interdiction torches to make a mega torch, which I believe will kind of cover a whole big area and keep anything and everything from spawning. It's just like a giant little sun. I don't know how big it is. It might only be like 15 block radius. It might be a 45 block radius. I have no idea. But it's quite expensive to make. So we can definitely put some of those around the edge here. I'm going to have to get a bunch more clay to finish this. So I'm going to fix this area and then probably call this for the day. And I'll find something else to do to end the episode on that isn't constructing this little wall here. And the whole village construction and getting the breeding done is going to have to be for another episode. I want to try to make one of those interdiction torches just to make sure that that's going to work, and that's what I think it does. I need bat wings. And there's my... I lost this thing. I couldn't find this for the life of me. I was down here the other day, and I couldn't find my second turtle. And so I made another one. It wasn't in here. That turtle was not here in any fashion, because okay, wait, hold on, I lost it again. Where'd he go? There. Okay, it's way up here. That doesn't make any sense. How do you get up here? All right, well, I have two turtles now, and I've seen some bats spawn down here. You need bat wings, not just any kind of bat wing. I think like regular Minecraft bat wings. I don't know how they spawn. I saw a bunch of them in here one time. I don't know where any are otherwise, just in caves, because in all honesty, I haven't really seen too many bats yet. I might just have to kind of let
the game spawn stuff in here, like just hang around, and because typically there's a whole bunch of stuff in here that's spawning. Oh, diamonds, diamonds, diamonds. Go. Yeah, there's usually a bunch of stuff in here that spawns, and right now that I want something to spawn, there's nothing. Like overwhelming amount of things spawn in here typically. And right now there just seems to be nothing at all. So I'm gonna have to try to find some bats here. That way we can test out those interdiction torches. Well, I've managed to get a couple bat wings here, but they don't look like the bat wings that they show. Bat wing, bat drop. See, it's from a specific mod. And this is just from like the regular Minecraft, and then this is from those weird Wilden Stalkers. I'm gonna see if they'll work. If not, I don't know where I'm gonna find the bats for this mod, because I haven't seen any other kind or anything else with wings for that matter. And I also don't have that many of these nebulous hearts from the Enderman. Oh, I don't have any of these. I'm gonna have to go kill some blaze or magma cubes. Interesting. Damn. Okay, let me put some of this stuff back because I don't want to lose it going to the nether. I mean, I know I don't lose my stuff, but I'd rather not risk it here. And hopefully those regular bat wings I already have work, because I'd really hate to try to find where else I get these. So, blaze rod. Oh, I'm missing something. The Enderman hearts, nebulous hearts. Okay, there, like this. Then here. No. Let's see. Interdiction torch. That way. Yeah, that doesn't work. All right. Great. So I don't know what kind of bat drops that kind of wing. That sucks. I really wanted to find out what those torches did. Man, okay. Does it tell me? Reliquary mod. So if I do at... I've not seen any of this stuff before. I don't even know where I would get it. I don't think... It's not the Twilight Forest, because it would say it's a whole nother mod. Batwing, bat drop. Create a wall of force that prevents entities from getting near. Okay, so that is what it does. But how do I find that wing? I wish it would give me more information. Well, that sucks. Just like most things in this mod that I don't understand. I don't know how to get those bat wings. And I also am not finding any answers on the internet. No videos or anything that mention how I would find said bat wings. It just says they're drops from bats. But I can't find any. They're not dropping those kind of wings. And the other wings aren't compatible. So until I find one by accident, I assume no interdiction torches for me. And on top of that, just like a lot of other things in this mod, as I so far mentioned before, they're a long way off, and there's a lot of steps that I gotta do in between. Steps I gotta do for this farm. Still need to find cows for leather. Lots of stuff that I haven't done that I need to do to allow me to more easily obtain the things I wish to obtain. A lot of prep work just for the simple stuff. And I guess it's not simple stuff. I'm trying to reach for in-game things here right at the very beginning for no reason at all, except for I just want to know how to do them. But I think in the past when I played with mods that I may have done a little bit of cheating and not realized how hard some of these items are to actually obtain. And I know in other mods that I used to play, like Tekkit or Technic or Feed the Beast and things like that, there were item duplicators. And I don't know if they're in this or not, or if there is a way to do them. Let's see if duplicator, mob duplicator. Okay, that's not what I want. But there was these things, they were glowstone. Like you would make a collector and you would pile glowstone around it, and that would gather energy, and every item in the game had a certain amount of energy that it took to create. The more rare it was, the more valuable it was, the more energy it took. So dirt, you could make endless amount of dirt in seconds if you had the full array. And then if it was like diamonds or something like that, or anything that was valuable or took a lot of resources, it would take a long time, and you had to let it sit in there and collect a lot of sun for a long time for it to actually gather enough energy to duplicate that item. So it wasn't necessarily overpowered, because a lot of things took millions upon millions of units to actually just duplicate one. But if that were the case, all I would need to do is find one of those wings, and then I could duplicate as many as I wanted, and I don't know if there's a way to do that. So until I find more answers, until I figure out how to do that, I think that's going to be a far-reaching goal. But anyways, thanks for watching. That's going to be the end of this episode. Do whatever you want with those, that's not English. Do whatever you want with all the buttons below. Doesn't matter to me. If you enjoy what you saw, that's all I care about. So until the next time, thanks for watching.